Internal crisis within the People's Democratic Party, PDP, has intensified, with rival factions of the National Working Committee issuing counter-suspensions against each other. On Saturday, the faction led by suspended National Secretary Senator Samuel Anyanwu announced the suspension of acting National Chairman Ambassador Umar Damagan and 5 other key officers, accusing them of incompetence and financial misconduct. Anyanwu named Mohammed Abdurrahman, the National Vice Chairman, North Central, as acting chairman pending investigations. The faction also suspended National Publicity Secretary Debo Ologunagba, pardon me, please, Deputy National Vice Chairman South, Taufik Akbaraja, and several others for alleged misconduct, directing them to appear before the disciplinary committee. The action came shortly after Damagan's camp announced Anyanwu's own suspension in what observers described as a preemptive strike amid the escalating leadership feud. Analysts say the crisis exposes a fierce power struggle between factions loyal to FCT Minister Nyesom Wike and other national leaders. With both groups now claiming legitimacy, the PDP's leadership structure remains uncertain, fueling fears of a possible split unless reconciliation efforts are urgently taken. Now, we've talked about, you talked about the reason why you feel that many big wigs, many big governors have been decamping to the APC. Do you think this is one of the reasons?
Yes, exactly. You know, PDP had opportunity to put their house in order, but unfortunately, they chose to still continue in their internal wrangling, because there was when all the parties came together, according to the FCT minister, came together and agreed on what they should do as a party for them to move forward. And after the meeting, some of the governors, because they were governors and they have so much money, they decide to go and do otherwise. And that is why the party is where it is now. And given the suspension back and forth, you know, when you see all these kind of things happening, who has the power to suspend who? Who is to suspend and who is not to suspend? And when you look at the PDP's constitution, I think section 36, subsection 2 or so, says who can summon the NWC meeting. And that very section gives power to the secretary of the party to summon meeting of the NWC. And in PDP, who can suspend a member, who can suspend either the chairman or the secretary, is the NWC. So if the party chairman have said that he has suspended the secretary, in which meeting? Who summoned the meeting? But if the secretary should say that he has suspended the chairman or that, he will not see where he's deriving his powers from. That is the only person that can convoke the meeting of the NWC. And I think that is why they were able to access the party secretariat yesterday, because by their constitution as well, when a chairman of a zone is being suspended, the vice chairman from that very zone will act. So I think the court will interpret who has the power to suspend and who doesn't.
Where is this going to end, in your opinion? When you look at all the power tussle, the counter suspensions, where do you think this will end? I mean, do you think that for one of the arguments guest analyst did have on the show was saying that he doesn't feel that parties should rely on the courts to fix their problems?
Of course, even the Supreme Court have said that severally.
Right.
That party is supreme. And for every political party to move forward, you must have a place of shifting grounds. And you must be that character that respects agreements. You know, the moment you start seeing yourself as being above the law, you are the governor, you are this, that even when agreement is reached, you can do otherwise, then you're not helping the party.
Where do you think this will end at the end of the day for the PDP?
Where it will end is that PDP will be less effective, except there's a turnaround, except they come and put their house in order. Because like it or not...
The opposition is putting its house in order. That is why we have all these defections, because that house is actually solid. Do you think PDP would be able to get a good run in 2027 if their house is not put in order, and if we're still having such internal crisis all up to this point?
You won't, even if anybody should tell you that by 2027, PDP should have a good run, then they're telling you lies. I don't see PDP in the picture in 2027. Even if they come together eventually and put their house in order, they will be among the weakest party in 2027. The only force I'm seeing that can stand the ruling party is the ADC. But that if their own interest, personal interest, does not override the overall interest of the party.
Well,